Alright, step 6, permuting or placing the last layer corners. And in this step, what you want to do, or what we're going to do, is make sure all the corners are in the correct places. And this is the ideal case where they're already in the correct place and we don't have to do anything. So here you can see these are obviously in the correct places as all the colors match. And here we have red, yellow, and blue, and it's between the red, yellow, and blue centers. So this is correctly placed as well. Not necessarily correctly oriented, but correctly placed or correctly permuted, which is what we want. Now for this case, you're going to run into a few possibilities. One is obviously the one where everything's solved and we don't need to do anything. The other possibility is where you're going to have all 4 corners out of place, or you're going to have 3 corners out of place, and those are the possibilities. So in this case here, I have all 4 corners out of place. These 2 need to be swapped, and these 2 need to be swapped. However, the algorithm I'm going to show you, which is called Nicholas, I don't know where that name comes from, it's just called Nicholas. So yeah. Anyway, the Nicholas works on 3 corners at a time. So if you have the case where 4 need to move, you're going to need to execute Nicholas twice. If you have the case where 3 need to move, depending on which direction they need to move, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, you're going to need to execute Nicholas either once or twice. You can learn Nicholas backwards, which is going to move them counterclockwise, but I'm going to only teach you the clockwise variation to cut down on the number of algorithms. So here we go. This is Nicholas, and the corners it's going to affect is the back right, the front right, and the front left. So it's going to affect these 3 corners, and it's going to move them in a clockwise fashion. So this is going to go here, this is going to go here, and that here. So it's going to move around like that. And Nicholas is really just one algorithm done twice but interleaved together, so done at the same time, and it's done on each side. And the one algorithm is very, very simple. It's this. We're going to rotate right towards us, so that would be an R prime. We're going to take the pair out. As you can see, we brought a pair into the top buffer layer here. It's going to go out, it's going to go back in, and then it's going to come down. The only thing is, to make it a Nicholas, we're going to do it with both sides at the same time, interleaved together. So here we go. The basic part of Nicholas is, again, up, pair out, pair back, pair down. So we're going to do it both at the same time, and it's done like this. Up, pair comes out. We're going to start again on the left side. Pair comes up, pair goes out. Meanwhile, when you did that, this pair went back in. So we're going to put that back down. The other pair is going to go back in, and it's going to go back down. And there we go. We moved 3 corners around, so now we're reduced to one of those cases where we only need to move 3 corners. So this corner is in the right place, and it's going to be these 3 corners we need to permute. So I'm going to execute Nicholas for these 3 corners, and it's going to move them clockwise, so I'm actually going to need to do this twice. So here you go. Pair comes up, pair goes over, other pair comes up, other pair comes over, this one gets put back in, this pair gets put back in, and then placed down. And there we go. I'm going to move them back so the edges are lined up again. You're going to need to reorient the edge so the edge is lined up. When you finish a Nicholas, they're out of place by 1. So here we go. I'm going to need to execute that one more time to move the edges again and get them all in place. And there you go. All our top corners are correctly placed now. As you can see, they're all in the right place. And if you want to learn the Nicholas backwards so you can rotate things counterclockwise and cut down on an algorithm, that's very simple. All you do is start on the left side instead, and it's going to work on the back left, front left, and front right pieces instead. So left side Nicholas, just for sake of example, going to start on the left side. Pair comes up, pair moves over, right pair comes up, right pair moves over, left pair goes back, right pair goes back to initial point, and then right pair gets placed back. And then reorient the top layer. There you go. That's left Nicholas. So I'm going to go ahead and fix it back with a right Nicholas. So there you go. That's Nicholas. That's what you need to know for step 6. Step 7 is correctly orienting the corner pieces.